Getting jacked and building a good physique has taught me a lot about women, and I'm not just talking about body game. Of course, the way women look at me has changed since I've gotten great shape. They're more attracted to me, but it's also changed the way I look at them and what actually attracts them into your life and how you can keep them around as an asset that are actually going to improve your quality of life on a day-to-day basis. See, what you actually want to be aiming for as a man, especially when you're trying to level up, is to have unlimited access so you can get all the women you actually want. A lot of guys are settling for 5s and 6s that have already, been ran through a little bit because they can't actually access the ones they want, the ones that are harder to achieve. You need a little bit more status. You need to have a little bit more things in play. What you need to do is have unlimited access to all the women, but you yourself need to be harder to access. And that's what's actually going to drive your value up and make more women want you. See, the thing is a lot of guys talk about red pill, body game, money, status, clout, all these things, get a bunch of Instagram followers and DM chicks. And these are all partial truths. Like, yes, they are going to open more doors for you. They're going to make you seen by more women and you're going to get laid more. But is that what you truly want? Do you truly want to go down this hedonistic route? Maybe if you've been starved of access to sex for a long time, you're probably going to want that. But after a while, you're going to want actual fulfillment and you're going to want to have 1, maybe 2 or 3, I don't know, whatever you're into, women by your side that are actually going to hold it down and create an emotional imprint on these women. But how do you actually do that? Well, getting jacked isn't enough. Having money isn't enough. Having super high status isn't enough. So what is the thing that actually ties all these things together? Because we have to be a multi-dimensional man and we have to have all these things at play. And this is something I realized when I was at a gym here in Bali. Bali is one of the hottest destinations for people that are in shape, extremely good looking. And I go to this bodybuilding gym here. Everyone's jacked, everyone's an influencer, everyone's a bodybuilder, whatever. But one thing I noticed is everyone has a very weird attitude, arrogant, kind of quiet, kept to themselves. And when you speak to people, they're almost dismissive, even to me. And I struck up a conversation with a couple women, just casual ones, wasn't even hitting on them. But they immediately flipped a switch and noticed something a little bit different about me. And this isn't to brag, but they immediately were like, they even said, there is something different about you. What is it? You seem more sophisticated. You seem like you have some depth. And what you guys need to realize is that getting jacked and building a good physique is great, and body game is going to open a ton of doors for you, but you need to become so much more than that. You cannot just be the gym bro. There's a reason why there is a stereotype of the dumb gym bro who has no depth to him. And what you actually need to become is a man becoming more on a mission to evolve. And in my personal experiences with relationships, that is always when a woman is emotionally attached, fully in love, in woman-girl brain, no thoughts going on her head. All she thinks about is how she can make my life better. And I've had periods where I've been in that situation. I've been improving. I'm on a mission. And I'm not just improving in terms of my physique, I'm improving in every single area of my life. And I am only going forward, and she doesn't have to think. She can just be along for the ride. And she can trust in the process and knows that you're actually on an upward trajectory, because really what they're doing is betting on your future if they are going to be with you. And I've been in periods where I fell off of that, and you immediately see the switch in their attitude. They start looking at you different. They don't respect you the same. They start shit testing you all the time. And that's because you're not on top of your game. So what you need to do is start making sure you are improving in every asset of your life and becoming multi-dimensional. That is the single most important thing. I would rather be a 7 in every single stat. 7 out of 10 jacked. You're not Mr. Olympia. You have a great physique. You're somewhat lean, but you look better than 99.99% of people. You're doing well financially, but you have freedom. So you're not the richest guy who's always thinking about work, always on calls, and never actually has any time to give them attention or just, be present in the moment. If you're 7 in all these stats, 7 out of 10 funny, you're not a comedian, right? But you can keep a conversation alive and you know how to entertain people. That is going to be a better place for you to be than a 10 out of 10 in just your physique. A lot of guys are going all in on the gym bro, but that is the one thing that's holding you back from actually getting what you want. And the thing is, from my experience, when these women were so emotionally locked in, is because they have access to you, but they feel like they might just lose you. And I don't mean this in a toxic way where you're starting arguments and they think you're going to go cheat, but they're thinking, oh my God, I need to please this guy because he keeps improving. I need to make sure I'm improving as well so I don't get left behind, because who knows where he's going to be. He has so much potential and growth ahead of him. And the problem is when you become a gym bro and you go for that 10 out of 10 physique, all you can really do is think about the gym. Your diet, how many calories you're eating, tracking everything, tracking every single workout, staying at the gym for 2-3 hours. And realistically, you can get 90% of those gains and results with 7.5, 8 out of 10 of that effort. Like, you do not need to be going all in. I think that's a big mistake a lot of guys make, and they end up becoming that stereotype I'm talking about. And you got to think, this is why majority of relationships fail. Like, what is the divorce rate these days? I don't even know. But I talk to a lot of guys that jump on calls with them, and they tell me, yeah, they're going through a divorce. Woman left with half, went and found a new dude. Immediately, they found a new dude. Why? The truth is when you start digging on these stories, the guy started stagnating. Yeah, they got married when they were 21. By the time he's 26, 27, 28, 30, whatever it is, he's gained 25 pounds, hasn't seen his abs since high school, and he's been at the same job. He hasn't actually improved. And yes, he's been providing. Yes, he's been paying all the bills, and it fucking hurts when she leaves. But the truth is, you have to reflect back on yourself as a man and realize you have not been improving, and you lost that sexual polarity. The thing is that stagnation in your life is decaying the attraction you both have for each other. As a man, one of the most important things you need to do that I've personally learned is always be on a mission to improve one aspect of your life or multiple at a time, but really be all in on that. People are going to have a magnetic energy towards you. You're going to be more interesting. There's going to be something about you, and it's almost like an energy pool you build up that people cannot help but feel. And the truth is that going all in on just your physique, yes, it is going to get you seen. It's going to get you more attention. Yeah, body game is real, but it's not going to make you unforgettable, and it's not going to leave that emotional imprint. And that's realistically what you should probably be aiming for if you want to be more successful in the long run. Yeah, you can get laid and fall into this hedonistic trap, but it's going to have more headaches, more pains in the ass, and who knows these days with all the allegations flying around. So listen, if you want to build a great physique while improving other areas of your life without it consuming everything, click link below, book a free call. We'll talk a little bit about your goals, your current situation, and how we can get there.